Happy you could come along. We are joined, as always, by Greg Engert, beer director for the Neighborhood Restaurant Group of Food and Wine Sommelier of the Year. The group including where we are, we're back home. It feels like home because we've done it here most of the time. Church Key right here, Birch and Barley downstairs. The group also includes, of course, new Blue Jacket Brewery, fairly new, and the Arsenal restaurant there. Big weekend this weekend for baseball here in town. It is always good to see you.
Good to see you too.
What is on tap this week?
So this week we have a really amazing beer from Hoppin, which is a lesser known craft brewery, kind of generally speaking, but among the intelligentsia and the beer geek crowd, it is very well known. It's from Akron, Ohio.
I've had them up in Ohio.
Yeah, I think I've mentioned to you about this because Thirsty Dog Brewing Company is in Akron as well. But Fred Karm is the guy behind Hoppin Frog. He actually was an electrical engineer, and then home brewing, of course. Decided to, go that route. Ended up working at Thirsty Dog, which opened in 1996, and then eventually set off on his own in 2006 to situate Hoppin Frog Brewing Company. And I mean, it's crazy. If you go on like Rate Beer or Beer Advocate and you look at the ratings for all of his beers, I mean, they're all 99 to 100. I mean, every single beer he makes is really well regarded. We'll see why in a second, but it's a cool thing because 2006 was eons ago in the whole grand scheme of craft brewing.
It really was. I know, it's weird to think of.
It's like he decided back then he wasn't going to make a brewery that just does we have a standard IPA, maybe a Pilsner, and then we'll do some specialty things. He went right in wanting to make big, huge beers like Boris the Crusher and Doris the Destroyer, which are his big imperial oatmeal stouts. He makes a huge Scotch Ale, Wee Heavy, but big imperial IPAs. Most of the stuff is strong. 10-barrel system, so he's not making a ton of beer. Put that in perspective, Blue Jacket's a 15-barrel system, so he's making less beer every time out. And because of this, you won't see Hoppin Frog on draft anywhere in these parts. He actually only exports in 22-ounce bombers from the brewery itself. So it's really cool. The thing is, though, is you actually will see Hoppin Frog in this area at better beer shops and bars and restaurants. So it's something you'll see out there, and if you see it, particularly with the big, strong stouts like Boris, go get it. So this is an even more special version because this isn't just Boris the Crusher, the imperial oatmeal stout. This is the barrel aged version. So it's that base beer, which has won awards at GABF, etc., aged really nicely in oak bourbon barrels.
Okay, all right. It just looks good.
Yeah, I could smell it from over here.
Ooh, yes. I'm not even going to try to swirl it. I'll just get it all over the place. Oh, that's delightful. Wow.
It's very interesting, actually. And one of the reasons I want to do this one for this week is, that's good, yeah. Is that, it's getting warm, finally.
I'm still suspicious. I don't believe it.
And baseball is starting, so we're getting excited about that down at Blue Jacket this weekend, of course, and a big win for us opening day as well.
Start the season, yeah.
But you might think like, oh, it's getting warmer, so let's break out the light, refreshing beers. But Imperial Stouts are great for this kind of turning weather. It's still nice and chilly at night. And today, this week, we have the annual release of Founders Kentucky Breakfast Stout, which is always outstanding. And so, I've been thinking a lot lately, though, everybody's making a bourbon barrel-aged stout these days, it seems. Some certainly are better than others. I mean, I truly believe KBS isn't just rare, it is the upper echelon. But I mean, it's hard to find, and It comes and it goes. It's great to showcase beers like these, where you'll see this on the shelves periodically throughout the year, and if you see it, grab it, because I think it's equal to KBS.
Next time I see it, I'm getting some.
Yeah, it's really good.
Now, people in this area know the Giant food store, grocery store chain up in Ohio. It's Giant Eagle. People up there will know it. And every time I go into the Giant Eagle near my mother-in-law's outside Cleveland, I see Hopping Frog. So I've had them before. Or Hoppin Frog, I should say. Drop the G on the end, right? Now, what would you pair this with? After my first sip, almost blurted out, "Bring on the waffles and bacon
Yeah,
and
yeah,
syrup."
yeah.
I mean, it would be.
That's we've talked about that before, like breakfast. Kentucky breakfast stout. Like these oatmeal stouts are great with breakfast. I think it would be amazing with that. Because that's the thing that's cool about brunch breakfast is that it's just a way to eat bread-based desserts in the morning. I mean, really,
right.
So why not have an imperial stout with that? But also, if you go towards the end of your meal, similar idea. I love this, obviously, with anything dark chocolate-based, like things that are really fudgy and rich, like flourless chocolate cakes, things like that. But then you could also do it, with something that's not chocolatey at all. Like, I could see this is just like literally just cheesecake. Just straight up graham cracker crust. You could do it with the cheap smoked cheeses like Idiazabal and Manchego, Texas barbecue, kind of tomato based and rich, not too sweet, big beef components there. And then you could even do it with, like I'm thinking Cajun blackened chicken or blackened fish. I think it could stand up to this because it's got that great creaminess, all that vanilla and coconut in the nose.
Greg, thank you as always.
Thank you.
Everyone, please always do drink responsibly and be sure to bring your thirst next time for another Beer of the Week.